Recording. Right. If you'll have any questions, please let me know. Please type on the question tab, and if I'll have a time, I'll be able to answer it. If not, I'll answer it via email, or if anyone who requires one demonstration, will be happy to provide it. Okay. So, who is a linear project? Linear project, actually, the previously owned the TILOS software, let's say. It's a German product, however, it's been acquired recently in the beginning of 2015 by the Trimble company, and it's on the market more than 20 years from now on. Currently, TILOS software is available more than the 10 languages, and in the market, all of the 10 major European construction companies use the TILOS for their controlling and scheduling. Then on the left side, we have the top 10 construction companies who are using the TILOS in Germany, and we have on the right side we have world's 200 largest construction companies who use TILOS all over the globe. Say we have a Wingy, Bechtel, Ochfield, Fluor, Strabag, and so on. So we have a Europe and Middle East customer map. So as you can see, we have a lot of customers who are using actually the TILOS since a long time for their construction projects. Also the Asia customer map. I see we have a lot of people from Asia and Europe who are attending today's webinar. We're very glad to see you here. So, okay, what is a linear project characteristics? Well, as we all know, that linear project has an axis where the work is being performed. So, in this case, we have the pipeline, railway, highway, tunneling, engineering, and transmission lines. And the one of the characteristics of the linear project is that we have a repetition of each activity. So, we have a repetitive activities which goes all along the project, and our goal is here to optimize the productivity rate, reduce the project duration, visualization of the project area, which is very important. I'll be able to give you more information later on, and reducing overall cost. Well, to which industry actually we can implement the TILOS? We can implement TILOS on all linear projects, such as transmission line projects, highway, road, and bridge projects, railway projects, the pipeline project, high-rise building, metro and tunnel projects. Well, one of the biggest advantages, as I mentioned previously, is the visualization of the projects and the reporting. So, if you can see on the left side, we have a traditional CPM plan and report. It's around the 40 pages, and everything we have in one page in TILOS. So in TILOS, how the European call it, we have every information in a single one page. Okay, well, I'll give you some the main idea how we can analyze the TILOS reports and how we can actually prepare the work. So in this slide we have a traditional Gantt chart where we have only one axis, which is the time, and we have it for instance as in Primavera P6 or MSP or Asta Power project. However, in TILOS we have a two-dimension chainage, which is first the distance axis and the time axis. So by this way we are able to see where our activity is going to be or will be performed and when. Okay, for those who doesn't know how the TILOS work, I will explain how I will give you simple example how the TILOS works, and later on we'll go to the pipeline, more deeply in the pipeline projects. So we have here our working area where we have two axes. First is distance axis. This is a 4-kilometer road project, let's say, and we have a time axis which takes 3 months. Okay, on the top we have a graphical illustration. So the tiles give us the opportunity to enter the graphical illustration. Here we have the object, we have a road. For instance, we have a first intersection, second intersection, or the crossing, then the river. So it might be the culvert or the bridge. On top of it, we have an elevation profile where we have a road level, where we have a cutting amount, the starting from the 0 kilometer until, let's say, 1,700 meters, we have the amount where it should be cutted, and the field amount. So this is the elevation profile, what we can actually indicate. This is not graphical. This is information is taken from the database where you keep this information. It might be the Excel or it might be another place. So let's say we have first activities, which is the topsoil, and we are starting from the left side of the river, and it will start from 2,600 meters and goes all along to the beginning of the project, and this activity will take the 3 months. So by this way we are able to see, for instance, when will be at a certain point. So let's say in 1,500 meters our activity, and we'll have to be done it until almost at the end of the second week of August. Then we're moving our crew to another side of the river and doing the same activity, which is the topsoiling, and it will take us 2 weeks. Besides that, TILOS we can prepare beside the linear, let's say, activities, we can do the structural activities as well. So we have here the bridge, and we can show it as a summary task, or we can show it as a detailed bar. So all the steps of the bridge we can indicate it here. We are also available not show only the straight lines. However, we are able to connect these lines to the quantities. As an example here, this cutting activities has 2 breaks. And why? Because we can see it why we have on the elevation profile we have a cutting amount which is less, so it will take around a few days in order to complete from 1,700 to 1,200 meters. However, from 1,200 until 700 meters, let's say we have a bigger amount, so our activities will take more time in order to finish it. So at the same time we are able to put the hammock task. In this case, it's also where we are putting some rectangle here, which gives the understanding that we cannot perform any other work until we fill this area. So this area should be filled until we perform the next activities. And then we have a standard grading, which goes from the beginning until the end of the project, and the stabilization. So simply this is how the TILOS works. Beside that, TILOS gives us opportunity on the clash detection. So as you see, we have here the pipeline sample. Okay, we have an elevation profile, we have a distance axis and the time axis. In the middle of the working area, we have a restriction area, which might be we are able to put the restriction area, so we cannot perform any other work during this time being on this distance zone. So let's say we'll have one activity, and we can see that there is a clash. This activity is starting from the beginning and the ending at the middle of the project. Let's say not in the middle, not in the middle of this area. So we can see that we have here our clash. However, we are able to, let's say where the project engineers or the project manager, we decided to postpone the beginning of our activity 1 week later, but as well we can stop our work, we can come to this point, we can stop later on we can after this time pass we can continue our works. However, we decided to just postpone beginning of the activity, and in the same way we have a second activity. And as you can see, I would like to take your attention on this traditional CPM scheduling. We have here the vision day. This is the first task, which is starting on March and ending at almost at the end of May, and the second task, which is starting at the end of March and ending at the middle of June. And so we cannot see any clash. However, if you look on the TILOS, we can see that we have a clash. Well, this is actually the clash detection option in TILOS, and TILOS does not give any options how we can solve it. However, it's up to the user whether he would like to postpone this activity, whether he wants to reduce the work rate, or whether he wants to stop this activity. So, however, or moreover, we can give the lag, which actually the traditional CPM gives us as a time-based. We can also in TILOS give the distance-based. So as you can see here, we have a minimum distance like a 2 kilometers lag. So between these two activities, these two activities cannot be performed closer than 2 kilometers. Okay, the project controlling. So we have information that we have a clearing activity name, the date, the start date, and the end date, start distance, and the end distance. Okay. So beside the linear scheduling, it's also available to give the detailed report on the progress. So as we can see here on this screen, we have the main activities. We have the sorted main activities. We have a data date. Also the main activities for the grading, clearing, grabbing, grading. We have a progress is a dashboard where we can see the actual progress planned, the quantity, actual quantity, all this editable, and we can put any information which we would like. Moreover, we are able to provide the S-curves, and we are able to provide the Gantt chart on a distance based, not on the time based, but also on the distance based. So we can see here the distance, and we can see here the information about our activities, which is the planned percentage, progress percentage, the work rate performance. Any information which you'd like to see, we are able to display it in TILOS. Okay, we have as I mentioned before, the TILOS has a GIS model, which is the Google Earth integration. It's called the TILOS Progress Map. We are integrating the TILOS application with the Google Earth and getting the reports directly from the Google Earth. So in this case, would like to get the visual view of our project to our working area. So as you can see, we have a graphic illustration of our project on our TILOS working area, and we would like to see the progress. So what is the progress monitoring on the Google Earth? Well, it is the ability to see the progress, to see the visualization of our actually progress on our working area. So let's say we have a blue line, which is our right of way, where we have our working area. On below we have a TILOS working area. So we are indicating the main activities. So in this slim lines is the main activities, which goes all along the project. So let's say on Monday 22nd of April, our crew is starting working here, or our activities is going to be performed over here, over there. This is the highlight parts are where our actual crew is being worked. Then on Monday, May 6th, we can see that our crew moved from this point to this point. So I'll just repeat it. We are able to see. Okay, great. Beside that, we are able to show the cumulative way. So what we have here is we have a two crews, which is starting from the beginning of the project and end of the project. And we are able to see that the highlighted parts are actually performed parts. And we have the rest part where we will have to do our work. We know that in the pipeline project that the weather is a very important. So in TILOS we have ability to show on the background that in which conditions we have to be working on. So let's see what we have here. We have elevation profile. So in these lines, okay, we have activities here which is going to be performed. All these activities. This is the linear works. Also we have pump stations. We have indicated the pump stations and the weather conditions. So this part is the strong rainfall, so we cannot work on this part. So we are working later on. So this is a time distance, and this is time axis, and this is a time distance. So by this way, we are able to see that during the May during the May we cannot work on this area, this particular area. Okay, beside that, we are able to show in one page the reports, the histograms, and the reports such as the labor report, resource report. So this it can be on the time-based or the distance-based as well. So we have here the labor information, the cost and income information, the cash flow, the quantities, resource allocation as well. TILOS has a quite good data exchange model. We are able to get data from the clipboard or from the Excel. Moreover, we can get the information from the most used planning tools such as Primavera P6 or the Microsoft project or Astapor project. So by this way we can, if you are using mainly you are using the Primavera, and you can use the same time the TILOS as well. Well, I'd like to show you some of the pipeline projects which actually is being used by TILOS. So this is the project which we are being using. I'll give the short information. I'll be just going on through it. So this is a pipeline project in Canada. We have a Enbridge expansion, the Chevron Pacific Trail pipeline. So as you can see, we have the distance and the time, all activities performed all over our distance. We have Energy East Pipeline Trans-Canada, which is one of the biggest pipeline projects. And we have a Trans Mountain Kinder Morgan pipeline project, the Northern Gateway, Trans-Canada Keystone, Czech Republic. We have a Gazelle gas pipeline. Well, moreover, let me just give you the short information about where actually we can use the TILOS, in which project stage we can use TILOS. We can use TILOS in any project stage. It can be feasibility studies, overall plan, production plan, special studies, and also we can use it for pre-designing, for the tendering, for the planning, procurement, execution, or even for the claim analysis. And it can be owned by the owners, engineering companies, contractors, or the subcontractors. Well, this is much all about my first part of the presentation part. Let's say right now I'll go and switch to the demonstration part. Okay, so we have a TILOS interface. We have a ribbon. We have a TILOS Explorer in order to quick navigation. We have a properties bar below, and we have the main working area here. So as we can see here, we have the elevation profile. We have a distance, which we can see that this is a 100 kilometers project. Then we have a time axis. Moreover, we are able to show the sectors, the districts, in order to make our work easier. Or for instance, you have on the same project, you have dedicated another subcontractors are working on it. We are also able to show it, so we can divide the works on the section districts. All this information is editable according to your wish or to your requirements. We have a report, which is the duration of the task reports, the S-curve. Also the welding quantities here. It can be cumulative or not. So we have a main activities here first, which is the clearing grabbing activities, and we can easily see from where to where our activity is going to be, the duration of the activity, the start date, the end date, even the hours. So on the properties bar, we're able to see the more information, such as to which WBS it belongs, to the task ID, which calendar it is using. The calendars are actually the editable. You can edit your calendar according to your requirements. Then we have a categories and structures information, the display information. This is a task which we can actually edit. All these cosmetics works are being done by user. The calculation method, we have several calculation method. So in this case, it's getting the information from the profile data, which is a land cover, and we have all information over here. We have a work rate, the quantity, the work rate percentage. Okay. By this way, we are able to see the several calculation methods: work rate, duration, length, duration speed from the profile data, from the duration from the distance profile, or from the sector profile. We have a links, we have a standard linking options. Let me show you the linking options. We have here the standard linking option. So it can be the start to start, and start to finish, finish to start, finish to finish, or calculate the meeting points. So we are able to put the time lag, or we are able to put the distance lag as well. The next activity is, for instance, we have the welding activity. We are able to see the coordinates as well here, not only from the top over it, but from the detail bar as well. We can see our allocation, resource allocation, actual. I'll show you right now. We don't have any actual, but I'll show you the actual one. The progress methods, some of the progress methods, such as percent split, the quantity split, the distance split, the task steps, percent simple, quantity simple. Beside that, we have a traditional Gantt chart, but this time which is the distance based. So we have main activities, or any activity which you'd like to show, no problem, it's possible. And we have our activity. Also, we have indicated here our sector profile and the progress, but this time we don't have any progress, and I'll show you in a minute the same project with entered progress details. So main task list, we're also available to see our task list here. If we have any WBS or summer activities here. We're also able to show it. The summary task on our time distance area is look like this. So this is a river crossing. Okay. So once you would like to see the detailed information, we're able to see it. So for instance, right now, this is a mobilization activities, this is pile hot, reaming, and so on. So once you don't need to see it, you can just, oops, not that way. You can just switch it off if you, or hide it if you would like to. Okay, let me show you right now the example with the progress entered. So as I've showed you previously, we have a dashboard here. We have a information about the activity. We have entered our activity. We have a data date here. We have entered our baseline and the actual information. So by the dashboard, we're able to see what is progress actual, progress planned, then the quantity actual, or remaining part, the work rate. So all information is available in order to prepare the good planning or scheduling. On a distance gut chart, so all this information is simultaneously. For instance, let me show you how it is actually works. All right, by this view, we are able to see that all the information which we are entering on our working area are synchronized with the elevation profile, or with the data, with our histograms. So if you change any information here, for instance, it will also be changed on our Gantt chart. Besides that, we have a traditional Gantt chart, which is on time-based. Okay. We have a resource list. All this information as well we can edit. This is up to you. The calendar information. We have a calendar information. We can indicate the non-working times, some exceptional days such as holidays. Do you have any questions until now? Okay, I see no questions here, or you're still typing. Well, the TILOS was being introduced in the World Pipelines magazine. So if you would like, we are able to share it with you in order for you to have some understanding why we are using TILOS in the pipeline projects. Moreover, I would like you to invite to our LinkedIn web page, and actually LinkedIn group. We have a TILOS, time, location, scheduling, controlling for the highway, tunnel, railway, and pipeline projects. All the information which is related to the TILOS, we are posting it here as well on our website. So all this information we have here. For the future webinars, please visit our FND website, so we will be able to see which, where, when, and which topic we'll be discussing for the future webinars. Okay, I have a question in order. Okay, Mr. Zahid asked how if I can show the first steps how we can add activity on TILOS. Sure, no problem. I can show you. So let me first start with a new project. Okay, so I'll have a new project. TILOS gives the opportunity to select some of the templates. This templates has a predefined resource information, or the predefined cost information, predefined the task templates. So in this case, you can actually create your own template according to your company requirements or according to your wish, let's say. So in this case, I'll choose the general template. Then the TILOS will give us we'll have to give the name of the project. Then we can choose a distance unit. It can be changed later on if you would like. The start distance, the end distance, the start date, end date, the time unit, all information right now. Even if you can select it, you can edit it later on. Then we have to save it. However, I don't need to save it. So what we have here is this first, this is a general template where we have already predefined the distance according how we set it up. So it's starting from the 0 and it ends up until the 10,000 meters. We have a time axis from the both sides. We have a legend here. So as a question was how we can add the activities. We can edit activities by clicking on insert task, or we can even insert the task group. So if you have a repetitive activity such as, for instance, let me first add the task. So once we add a task, I would like to put my first, we can select the task over here. We have a task library. This library, actually, we have it from our template, but you can edit it, you can add there, remove it, or you can adjust it as you like. So let me choose from the earthworks, let's say the topsoil stripping. So by dragging, by dragging my task, I'm able to put or insert my task. Beside that, all this task information, like we have on duration, it can be the 30 days, so it will adjust automatically. Or we have, for instance, starting not from the 0 kilometer, but 1,200 meters. So all this information is editable, or we can even change the date, the end date. It might be in 2016 February. Okay, so what we have here, the information about the task. The task annotations is also editable. This task annotations we can have about the quantity. If you have any quantity on your task, it can be the name, it can be the end date or start date. Let's say the end date we have as a schedule. Okay, so right now we have an end date, so it will end in the 1st of February 2016. Then we have, as I said before, we have a task groups. So once we would like to enter the task groups, let's say we have predefined the task group. It can be the path, it can be canalization task group, and we would like to enter the, as a let's say the distance profile. So in this case we have important location points, but I'm not sure. No, we don't have important location points, so we'll not use as a distance profile, but we'll use as a coordinates. So let's say we're starting from the 700 and we'll end in the 4,000 meters. Okay, so once I've entered here, where I have task groups, so I can edit it, I can remove it. This is all up to you how you would like to have them. Okay. Mr. Ibrahim asked me how we can export the information to Excel. So we can actually export it by the file and export. So we have some abilities in order to export as a Primavera XML to Excel, or the Excel data exchange to the XML as well for the MS project or Astapar project, or as a plain text. In this case, I would like to have some Excel report. So I'd like to export template file. So I don't have any template file here. So let me choose one. So let me create one Excel file. Okay. So in the export information, we can select the exchange profiles. In this case, I'm selecting we can exchange information which you would like to see. Actually, you don't need to export all information, but here we have some information which we can export. So I don't need the baseline information or calendar information. So I'll not choose it. So what we have here, the task ID, the name, start date, and distance. If it is cost loaded, we can export the cost or the quantity. Okay. Okay, so we finish it and let me see if we have done it. So right now we can see that we have exported information to the Excel. Okay, so we have a trench opening, pipe laying, and we have as well as the summary. Here we have the resources information, the task IDs, start date and end date, the distance, and the quantity. Okay, I think we have some other question. Mr. Zahid asked the question, if we can make first WBS and then activities like in P6 inside that, and then we add all activities here. So no problem. If you have done your planning or scheduling in P6, you are able to get it to the TILOS as well. With all information what you have in P6, you can export it and import it in TILOS. Okay. I see we don't have any more questions, and I'm actually about to finish. Well, thank you for your time. Thank you for dedicating your precious time for this webinar. I hope we'll see you soon in the next webinars. Or if you have some particular question, or if you would like one demonstration, please let us know. We'll organize it. Thank you very much. The recording and if we have any questions more, we'll be able to answer it via emails. Thank you for your time and have a good day.